Hello, everybody. Rob Cootie here of the MLM Solution. How you doing today? Today is Thursday, June 3rd. It's currently 10:56 and 15 seconds a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you know, we go live each and every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as always, we ask that you help us out with the algorithms by simply sharing our hashtag with our fellow network marketers all across the globe. You can do that by simply sharing with them our hashtag, which is hashtag DMLM Solution, hashtag DMLM Solution. You can also help us out when you go to our website, which is full of information, great products, everything that you could imagine under the sun regarding network marketing. It is themlmsolution.net, themlmsolution.net. So with that being said, today we're going to be talking about an important subject. As always, we talk about all things network marketing, the good, the bad, and yes, even the ugly. Today's episode, number 193, is going to be one of the most impactful things you've ever done. One of the most impactful things you've ever done. So with that being said, as we have done the last two episodes, the title alone does not talk about or indicate the depth of discussion we'll have about the impactfulness of the things that you will do in this business model that can ripple throughout the world and touch thousands of people. So we'll talk about that and the power of that and how it can help your success, et cetera, and your legacy for that matter. So with that being said, I'm going to hop off of here. We shall see you in a moment at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Talk to you in a bit. Bye.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, everybody. Rob Cootie here. Welcome to today's podcast, number 193, one of the most impactful things you'll ever do. As I said, we're going to take a deep dive into the subject because the title alone does not indicate the subject matter and the depth of discussion we're going to have regarding this all-important subject. So with that being said, I just want to make sure that everybody understands that we're going to have a powerful episode today like we did the last 2 days in regards to this subject matter. The business model can have a lot of impact, as you can imagine, and it has a lot to do with what you do with the business model beyond the business building activity. And we're going to talk about that in today's episode because, look, this is much more than you. You know, we join the business, this industry, whatever you want to call it, because we want the freedom lifestyle. We want a better lifestyle. We want more money, okay? And those are admirable things to go after. You should, because the more people that are free in this country financially, the better the country is. The more money you make, the better off the country is, okay? And if you employ other people, better off the country is. So there's a lot of positives that come with being successful on many different levels, okay? And that is something that you want to make sure that you celebrate as you go along the way and reach milestones in your business building activity. But it goes far beyond that, as you know. And we're going to talk about that in today's episode. But before we get started, as always, hey, if you want a chance to be a beta tester in our upcoming IneedLeadsNow.com lead generation system, and guys, you want to go to right there, IneedLeadsNow.net/beta, IneedLeadsNow.net/beta. Fill out the form. As you know, there's no shenanigans with us. When you fill out a form, you're not going to be sold to. Go ahead, fill that out, and make sure that you get your free gift, which is I Need Leads Now ebook, which talks about the type of leads, the quality of the leads, the amount of leads that you need to make this business go. Invaluable information in that free gift. Once again, when you fill out the form, there is no shenanigans that are going to happen from us. That being said, if you have missed some of our podcasts in the past, you can either go to our YouTube page, our Facebook page, or you can just simply go to the website. And at the top, you'll see where it says podcast replay. Click that, go to the page. You will have a week's worth of the past podcasts for that particular week, and you'll have a rotating free gift. And once again, there will be no shenanigans when you fill out the form, simply a link to download your free gift. Okay, so I just want you to know that. And finally, as always, what not to do in network marketing. 146 paragraphs backed up by 146 audio files of real life examples that take those paragraphs knowledge and raises them to another level so that you have a clear understanding and a broad understanding of each and every point that's being made in all 146 paragraphs. And you have many training videos that highlight certain important things that are being talked about in those paragraphs. And you can see right there the URL, themlmsolution.net/WNTD, themlmsolution.net/WNTD. Normally $197 for the next 24 hours, guys, only $47. Normally $197 for the next 24 hours, limited offer, only $47, an instant savings of $150. This information will make you a focused business building machine, capable of amazing things in this wonderful business model. You're not going to find this information anyplace else. Look, you need to know what not to do in life, and you need to know what to do in life. This package highlights the what not to do's and what to do's for the network marketing industry. Once again, there's no other product like it. You'll be amazed at the information that you'll be exposed to in that product. Okay, with that being said, once again, I want to welcome you guys to our daily podcast that we do each and every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow is going to be Freelance Friday, just in case you didn't know, one of our most popular things, Freelance Friday. I see that I have misspelled that. Is that any surprise? No, it's not. All right, we're going to correct it right now. There we go. Freelance Friday. There we go. Number 56. Hard to believe it's 56. That's amazing. That's now 13 months of Freelance Fridays that you can find on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and soon on our Rumble page as well. We will eventually be going to Rumble exclusively, but right now we are, in fact, on the mainstream social media platforms, but that will be changing in the near future. And if you want to give us questions, or if you want to talk about our website having a boo-boo, whatever the case may be, you can go to themlmsolution.net/support, themlmsolution.net/support. All right, now it's time to get on to the subject at hand, right? One of the most impactful things you'll ever do. Well, what are we talking about in that respect? Well, it goes without saying, guys, that you're going to have the ability to have an impact on people in regards to the success that you're having in building your business. Okay, if you build a successful business of any magnitude, you're going to affect a lot of people, hundreds, if not thousands of people, right? And that's awesome. That's exactly what you want to happen. Now, here's the thing. In the same breath, you want to make sure that you have the ability to take this impactfulness to another level. And you mean like what, Rob? What are you talking about? When you teach somebody the right way that this business works, guess what you're doing? You're having a major impact in their life. You're like, well, what are you talking about? Guys, they take that knowledge with them forever, and then they pass it on to somebody else. And the impact that your willingness to share how this business really works with someone else could have a reverb effect throughout the world, because you don't know how many people that you share that with are going to go out and say, no, that's not how it works. It works like this. Well, how do you know that? Because I had someone else that knows what they're doing, understands this industry, and they taught us how to do this, and it works. I used it, and it was amazing, the results that we got. This is the way you make this business go, okay? And so next thing you know, this thing that you shared had a major impact, not only financially, not only on their life, but on others that were willing to listen and willing to adopt what they were being told and then take action with that information. That could have a huge impact. Think about it. People are turning their lives around with the money that they're creating through this business model. As I told you yesterday and the day before, money gives you options, regardless of how you make that money, hopefully in a legal, ethical way. money gives you options that you didn't have before. Okay. The ability to buy a dependable car, the ability to live in a better neighborhood, the ability to send your children to a better school, the ability to be able to afford life insurance for your whole family, the ability to be able to pay the deductibles that come due when you use even good insurance or great insurance. Okay. The bottom line is, guys, in the ability to invest extra money into your all's retirement future. And believe me, it comes sooner than later. Take it from someone who's 63 years old. That 63 years flew by. I don't like cliches, you know that, but as I look back and reflect, and it's not like I have one foot in the grave, hope I don't, God willing. But the thing is that you have a situation where those years just flew by. And thank God I took care of my retirement. Okay. And the bottom line is, guys, you need to do the same thing. Even if you're in your 20s, think ahead. And I can give you all kinds of investment advice, and that's all it is advice. But the things that I did that paid off, okay? And I just did simple things, nothing magic. I just followed basic rules that people taught me over the years that proved out to be accurate and true, and they worked. So the bottom line is that you have a situation where you're going to be exposing people to a business model that can deliver the type of money that can have a huge impact on their life or their family's lives. Okay. And that is what we're talking about. Not you, the impact it's going to have on you. We're looking far beyond you. We're looking at the impact it has and how it reverberates throughout the world. If you build an organization of 500 people, guess what? You've affected at least 500 people. At least those 500 people have been, hopefully, exposed to your information, your leadership, okay, your success. And you have set the example, the being humble and the willingness to help your fellow man, to care about your fellow man, to reach out and help your fellow man. And people say, man, that Rob, man, he is really good. Not only does he know what he's doing, not only has he built a empire here, but he really cares about people. He really reaches out and he helps people and he helps them get on their feet. He doesn't cuddle them and he doesn't allow them to sit in the corner and suck their thumb. What he does is he says, hey, I can help you get out of this rut. Let me show you how. Okay. And he checks up on you and sees how, and to see how you're doing. Those are steps that someone that really cares about their fellow human being and really cares about how people do in life. That's the actions of those type of people. That's what they do. Those are the steps they take to show that they care. Well, guess what? That is having a huge impact. The business will have a financial impact, but guess what? You as an individual can have a huge impact on your downline. And then it sets the example. And there'll be some in your downline that'll say, well, I want to be like that too. I really didn't get along with people before, but I see the value in that. And you know what? I actually found out that I like it. Being to these network marketing live events and meeting these people from all over across the world, being around people that have the same goals and the same mindset and the same desires that I do. We have a lot in common. And most people are very nice. And you know what? I've never been around people like that. I've only been in the corporate world where it's a dog-eat-dog environment where you always had to look over your shoulder and worry about your job, and it's stressful. You know what? I'm not used to this, but I like this. And you know what? I want to be able to be a part of this for a long time. And then you say, I see the value of reaching out and helping my fellow human being in this business model. I want to do that too. And so all of a sudden the mission becomes bigger than yourself. You forget about the cars, the homes, the trips, although they're nice and you should enjoy them. There's nothing wrong with that. You've earned it. But the point is the importance of the impact that you can have in life has all of a sudden become one of the main reasons why you get up every day and why you do what you do. You love teaching people. You love helping people. You love the smile on their faces when they succeed. And you're there for them when they have the frowns because of their failures, because they need to be taught that failure is part of the roadmap of success. You can't have success without failure. They go hand in hand. Okay. The road trip to success can be shorter for those that allow themselves to be mentored by those who have gone before them in a successful way. Okay. When I was younger, I would rebel against that. I shortchanged my life because of my attitude. Don't be like a Rob. Okay. Keep an open mind and listen to the right people. Not everyone, the right people. How do you know they're the right people? Look, if they're preaching and promoting positive things, they're the right people. If they live in a positive manner, they're the right people. If they have positive information that will produce positive results, they're the right people to listen to. Okay, so that's how you can tell the difference. If the information is negative and destructive, you know that's not the right people to listen to. Okay, as the Lord says, the fruit, the tree bears the fruit. In other words, the tree will tell you what kind of tree it is, whether it's an apple tree, pear tree, banana tree, if there's such a thing, whatever. You get my point. Okay, a fruit tree will bear its own fruit: an apple, an orange, a pear, etc., etc. All right, so that is what you have here as human beings. We bear our own fruit. We either have a positive result environment around us, or we have a negative result environment, a destructive result environment. You're going to have one of those. So those are the people you want to listen to, the ones that are having a positive impact. And also, you got to realize that there's a lot of people in your downline that are in the corporate world too, and they are in that dog eat dog environment. And you could have a huge impact on their life by being a humble person when you're successful, and treating them with respect, being there for them, but being firm, not allowing them to take advantage of you, not allowing them to manipulate your feelings, not allowing them to manipulate your time. Okay. You treat everybody the same. Hey, I only got 20 minutes. Hey, you know what? This is a discussion that's going down a social, how would you say, path? In other words, they're turning a business call into a social call. How's your family? How's your friends? What do you like to do? Those are social calls. That is not the way you conduct yourself when you're doing business. Okay. There's time for that later. So you treat everybody the same, and either people will like it or they won't. And they'll either stick around or they won't. That's okay. But you treat everybody the same. You treat them with respect. You treat them with dignity. As long as they treat you with respect and dignity, you don't take crap from nobody. But the bottom line is that when you do those things and you stand up for what's right and you produce positive results in all that you do with your words, with your actions, and with your results, guess what? You have set the proper example, and that proper example could have a huge impact on turning people's lives around. So not only can you set the example as far as success is concerned by reaching the pinnacle of success in the company, maybe being the top earner, maybe not in top 10, whatever, but whatever it is, because, success is not always measured by money. Success is not always measured by the home you live in or the neighborhood you live in or the cars that you drive. Success is measured by the impact you have on your own life in the lives of others. Okay. And that is where as somebody is reading your eulogy, that's where how you live your life is truly going to be spoken. Okay. And look, there's a lot of people, very wealthy people, that have unbelievable amounts of money that are just horrible human beings. They're so self-centered on themselves. They put themselves on a pedestal. They think they're holier than thou. They think that everybody should listen to them. Look how successful I am. Look at the life I have. You should listen to me. Okay. And yet they lived a corrupt and morally corrupt personal life. And there's certainly no one to emulate. And to be jealous of their money and lifestyle, you should never be jealous of anybody's money and lifestyle, even in the network marketing industry. What they do when they highlight those things in the videos and magazines and all that is they're showing you what is possible. Okay. And those are tangible things that people can relate to, saying that person's successful. They are able to afford that home, that car, that trip, that lifestyle. Okay. Because of their success. That's what those things are, but they're not what make you happy. Okay. And once again, me, I don't like cliches, but it's so true, guys. I am truly blessed beyond belief. Okay. And I'm very blessed and fortunate to have material things, an abundance of material things that most people would love to have. And it is a burden. We have been getting rid of stuff left and right. taking stuff to Goodwill, selling certain stuff, we have been downsizing, and it is such a relief to get rid of all that stuff. And some of it is very valuable. And why do we do that? Because at one time we thought those things were cool, that we wanted them. We've never shown them off. We've never bragged about them. But the thing is that we still have some very valuable things. Okay, but we got rid of a lot of it, and it was a burden, and it was things that we enjoyed, and very few people knew we had these things, including our own family. Matter of fact, to this day, our own family, our own kids who see us on a regular basis probably have no clue the depth of collectibles and things of value that we have. We keep our mouth shut, and we don't brag about it because we got them because we enjoy them. Okay. But they have to be kept up. They have to be protected, okay? And after a while, you're just like, you know what? This is not worth it anymore. We've had it. We've enjoyed it. It's time for it to go someplace else, for just someone else that will enjoy it for whatever time frame they want to. But the bottom line is, guys, having an abundance of material things has been a real challenge. And there's a certain point, in my opinion, where money gets to be too much, because then you have to hire a person to help you manage it. You should never turn over total control. And then you have to hire somebody else incognito to check the person that you hired to help you, to make sure they're not stealing money from you. Okay. And so it's almost a never ending cycle. And it's something that the more money you make, the more you have to pay to protect it. And the more time it takes to protect it, because the world economy can affect it, not just the U.S. economy, can affect based on the investments you have and things of that nature. And it's a real pain in the butt. Okay. But when you liquidate things, guess what? It's so relaxing. You say, well, what's that got to do with today's story? Here's what it is. Those little stops help us have a less stressful life. Okay. And help us to simplify our life and took a burden off of our shoulders. Okay, where we didn't live under this constant pressure of worry. Are we going to be able to maintain the value? Are we going to, we got to protect it and insure it and make sure that nothing happens to it. And those things are always in the back of your mind. When all that is gone, the impact it has on your life is amazing. Okay, and that's one small example. But here's the thing: when you build a successful business and you're on the pedestal, and people see the simple, easy life that you live and the stress-free life, but yet you have the ability to pay for just about anything, they say, that is the kind of life I would love to have. I don't need all the material things. Yes, I need a new car. Yes, I want to live in a better neighborhood. No doubt about that. Okay, and I want to be able to take care of those things. But you know what? I don't need a new sports car to go along with my car. I don't need this new fancy ring. I don't need this new fancy watch. I got enough of all that. And so the example that you set is going to have a huge impact on your downline. And you also have to realize that, as I said earlier, the lifestyle, the cars, the homes, and things like that, those are marketing tools. And as I said, you don't want to be ashamed of having those things, because as you go up the success ladder in network marketing, the only measurable way that your downline can say, yes, Rob is being successful, is for you to receive an award on a Zoom call from the company, or be on stage with the company and receive a certificate, award, a bonus check, a new pin rank advancement, whatever. Those are things that your downline can relate to. They can say, and they can physically see, yes, Rob is in fact building a business because he just got this award, and he just got this bonus check. He just got this new pin rank pin. Those things are tangible results. But outside of that, they don't know, does Rob live in a bad neighborhood still? Does Rob drive a junky car? Those aren't indications that he's successful. So once again, when you get the new car, when you get into a new neighborhood, it just reinforces the bonus check you got on stage, the adulation you received while being on stage, while you were the focus of a corporate video because of your success. People say, okay, I see all these tangible things that he has done and received from the company. And I now see that he has this new home. And I also see that he has this new car. Okay. And I also see that they went to Morocco as a family. And so those trips and those homes do reinforce the success that you're having. And once again, that is an impact that it can have on your downline. The key, once again, as we said before, is to remain humble, because guys, realize the biggest impact you can have is on a person on the inside. As I gave you examples earlier, where people say, you know what, I really didn't get along with people before, but the people in network marketing are different. And they'll see how you interact with the people at the live events, and they say, I really want to be like that. I want that kind of correspondence and relationship with my downline. And I want friendships like that. That is really cool how Rob does that. You know, I see how he is interacting with these people. I see the care he has for them. I see the enjoyment that he gets out of it, and I see the enjoyment they're getting out of it. This is a win-win thing for everybody. You know what? I really like that, and I really respect that. Guys, the impact that you set at live events, that can have a huge impact on your people that will last a lifetime. And then think about it. If it happens with you and your downline, imagine how it'll happen to them and their downline. And then those people's downline and those people's downline, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 levels down. Okay. Which means that you are going to be impacting people all across the world in the hundreds or even in the thousands. And that could last generations, that impact. That impact could last generations. So you can see how the money gives you the ability to impact your own personal life, because it gives you options to do things you've never been able to do before. It does the same thing for your downline. You can also see how this business can impact people as an individual on the inside. It can change people. It can open up new viewpoints, new avenues for them. And you know what? When people go to live events, you may run into somebody that you'll do business with either in the industry or outside of the industry. You might say, you know what? I'm a builder too. And you know what? I'm not far from you. I'm like 60 miles in the other direction. Maybe we can do some projects together. And you're still building your network marketing business, but you're also all of a sudden seeing that you guys have something in common in the construction industry. And you say, you know what? Maybe we ought to work together and see if we can do something special together. And the next thing you know, you pull your resources together, and you might even down the road form a partnership that could have a huge impact on other people. The people that you employ and the people that you build things for. So you can see how your example in these live events and the way you interact with people can have a huge impact on people. Okay. We're not talking about the money, the homes, the cars, trips, etc. We're talking about the things that you do, the intangible things that you do that impact other people. I have been fortunate enough to, as you know, be around some of the biggest leaders in the industry, some of the biggest business builders, because that's what they are. They're professional business builders. And I will tell you that of all the people that I've met, and I've met a lot of good ones, and I certainly will not in any way, shape, or form badmouth any of them. And it's not because I'm afraid to. It's not because I'm backpedaling. It's not because I'm trying to not step on toes. It has nothing to do with that. If I felt it was necessary, I promise you, I would say, hey, this individual is not someone that you really want to do business with or whatever. I don't want to put myself in a legal situation with comments like that. But I would certainly warn people that, hey, you got to watch this individual, because when I was around them, things were not kosher. And but I'm not going to say that because it's not true. The people I've been around, as far as I know, and I know a lot of them very well, in their lives since I have met them have proven that they are outstanding people. We all have faults. We all have gray areas in our lives. It's just the way we are as humans. And I'm sure that may be the case with them as well. I don't know. But what I will tell you is that of all the people that I've met, I enjoyed Mike Dillard probably the most. I can't speak for Mike. I think that he and I hit it off really well. It happens every once in a while. We were both very respectful of one another, and we just really hit it off. And I really enjoyed Mike. And we went our separate ways, not in a bad thing. I had different dreams and goals, and he did for his business as well. And I just went in a different direction. I'm kind of a maverick. I don't like being employed. I like creating my own. And so working with Mike, not that he ever made an offer, That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that Mike and I could have easily worked together. I think you'd have to ask him. But we really got along, and it seemed that we had a special bond there, and I enjoyed that. And Mike was kind enough to help me out. I mean, we talked on the phone for a while quite regularly, and he took my calls right away, and I was very grateful. And at that time in my life, I had a lot going on in a good and bad way, and it really interfered with our relationship going to the next level. Now, I'm not telling you that story because I'm trying to throw names around. What I'm telling you that story about for a reason is because, you know what? I had positive experiences with all of these people. And the one I enjoyed the most was Mike Dillard. And you're going to have that kind of impact. We could have worked together. We could have done what the example of the construction guys I gave you moments ago about how they could possibly go into a partnership and really impact a lot of people. I don't know if Mike and I could have ever had that. I don't know. It never got to that point. But the thing is, what I'm telling you is that Mike was the person that I connected with the most, and it was because I was at one of his events. Okay. Did that event at Mike's have an impact on me? Yes. I have been to many, many events like anybody else that's looking to constantly grow as an entrepreneur and as a person. And you know what? You have to be exposed to new people and new ideas all the time. And of all the events that I've attended, of all the people that I personally met, of all the people that I've developed some type of relationship with, Mike Dillard was the one that I enjoyed the most. And he had a big impact on me. And that's saying a lot. I could throw around Frank Kern. I could throw around Mike Feel Sane. I could throw around Andy. I forget his name. He passed away. He was a movie. I can't remember his name. Andy and Mike Feel Sane work close together. And Andy passed away, unfortunately, not long ago, I believe from cancer. They had a big impact on me. Frank Kern was very nice to me. I don't know him. I've never talked to him personally, but his people, I've worked and talked to his people personally. And they were very helpful, very kind. And I'm sure they relayed some things that we talked about to Frank. But the thing is that Frank Kern and Mike Dillard probably had two of the biggest impacts, and followed closely by Mike and Andy. They all had probably the biggest impact, and that's leaving out people like Randy Gage, Eric Worre, Randy Schroeder, Frank Radford, Glenn Baker. I could go on and on and on. There's a lot of people that I have been privy to that to have been around. Nico Huss. But, like anything else, you have a lot of friends, but then you have 3 or 4 really close friends. Well, same thing in business, right? But these people had an impact on me. And that's the reason why I tell you this story. The reason why I threw these names around. These are the people that had an impact on me. And what did that impact do? It helped me to grow as a person, as an entrepreneur, as a marketer, and as someone, and then as a creator. And so because of their willingness to help, their willingness to share, their willingness to tell the truth and do so in a fashion that was admirable, it had a big impact on me. I respected them as people. I respected what they were doing. I understood that the things they were sharing was spot on and truthful, impactful, and what I needed. And guess what? I adopted that stuff, and I saw how they conducted themselves, and that helped mold me. What you see on this video is a result of Frank Kern, Mike and Andy. And I think somebody else, oh man, I got his name on it. Jeff Walker. He also had an impact, and you learn what not to do, and you also learn what to do, and you develop your own style, your own personality. Okay. And I learned about videos from Mike and Andy, and marketing as well, but really videos. And then I learned marketing from Frank, and I learned people skills as I went along from a lot of different people. Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar, as you can imagine, Og Mandino. Yeah. Og Mandino. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it didn't sound right. Og Mandino, one of my favorites as well. So, you learn all these things. And I have a library like everybody else. Now, this sounds like it's a show about Rob. No. I'm telling you these things because these are the people that had an impact on me. These are the people that helped me to form who I am today. What you see on this video right now, this is who I am because of those journeys. Okay. So I want you to know that. And that shows you the impact you can have, guys. And the impact, I didn't say in any of that about when I started throwing those names around, the Mike Dillards, the Randy Gages, the Mike and Andy and Frank and all them. Not one time did I mention money. Not one time did I mention a house. Not one time did I mention a car. Not one time did I mention a trip. Why? Because that is not important. They had an impact on me as an individual. And because they did, I'm having an impact on you guys. And I'm having an impact on others across the globe because of what they had, the impact they had on me. Okay. And all of them conducted themselves in a very professional, fun manner. I really enjoyed Mike and Andy. They were almost like Abbott and Costello. They were funny as crap, I thought. Mike is a funny person too in his own weird way, but he's a funny person. Anyway, the point is, guys, it's the impact you can have in this business model, both as an individual, as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a business builder, and as a successful person, the impact you can have, not only in your downline, but when you start giving money away because you have so much money from your business that now you can donate money without hurting your family. And now you can start helping causes that are dear to your heart. That is an impact. When you start donating stuff, your own personal time, which is the most valuable thing you could donate, your knowledge, your experience, you donate your time and your effort to social things, to volunteer programs. So the wife and I do that. And we reach out. It's not just with money, but also with our time and our physical appearance. Okay. And I don't mean appearance like dressing. I mean, they need volunteers. Okay. The wife and I volunteer. We show up, and we appeared there at the place that they needed help. Okay. So the point is that because of our money, we have the ability to do those things, and we have options that we can exercise, including donating our time and our money to events that will impact people. That is a part of this as well. So there you go. As I told you, the title today, podcast number 183, one of the most impactful things you'll ever do is not just building a successful business in this industry. It's also all the things that come with it, as we just discussed. And as you can see, you can have a huge impact in this world because of this business model, because once again, success in this business gives you options. Okay. And so, guys, take this stuff to heart. Realize as you build a successful business that you're doing something that could leave a legacy for many, many years, where people say, man, if it wasn't for Rob Cootie, just like I say, if it wasn't for Mike Dillard and Frank Kern, okay, and Mike and Andy, that's the things I would say. Okay. And I got to say in closing that my time with Randy Gage was probably one of the most, it was a turnaround moment. And it wasn't like my life was in chaos. It wasn't like my life was, but I will just say that it was a come to Jesus type moment. Randy said all the right things. He was very direct, very to the point. I paid $1,500 an hour, $1,500 an hour to go down to Miami to visit with Randy. And it was not like it was an evaluation or anything. There was certain things that I needed to know about the industry. I had many questions, and it was more than I wanted to be there in person. And then it was more than just one question, two questions over the phone. This was a lot of time with Randy. We spent a lot of time together. So the point is that we have a situation where it ended up being one of the best investments I ever did. So I got to give where credit is due. That time with Randy helped wake up the entrepreneur in me in a serious level. I was always an entrepreneur, but it really opened up my eyes in regards to how big I wanted to get, what I wanted to do, and that I needed to go after it and quit filly farting around. I thought I was doing it. I thought I was busy. I thought I was taking the right steps. But after visiting with Randy, it became very clear that I was playing instead of being serious. Okay. And maybe some of you can relate to that. And sometimes we need people like that in our lives, right? So Randy had a big impact in my life. But as far as literally refining what it is I wanted to do, Mike Dillard, Michael Sain, and Andy Jenkins. There it is, Andy Jenkins. I can't remember. And Frank Kern, they are the ones that helped me to really zero in on what it is I wanted to do and what level I wanted to take it, et cetera, et cetera. So there you go. That's Rob's example of the impact that other people have had on me. Okay. And I hope that clarifies not only the impact you can have in this industry, but in life in general. All right, guys, with that being said, tomorrow, Freelance Friday. I don't know if Marie's going to be there or not. We shall find out. Tune in and see if our mystery guest shows up. Okay. And as I told you guys, we have a lot of great things going on. We have a lot of changes. I have been on the phone. I have been on Fiverr. I have talked to people across the globe in regards to the new direction that we're going to be going with this. You're going to see a lot of changes coming here very shortly, and we're going to be taking this thing to an even higher level. There is an audience for this, and we're very grateful for that audience, and we're ready to really rock this thing. And it's been a lot of fun. We're going to keep it as basic as possible. As you can tell by my background, there is nothing. Now, that's going to change here in a little while with the studio. But the thing is that, you know what? You can't be any more down to earth and real than you see right here. And I hate for people to see that my office looks like this. But we're in a good-sized room, but we have a lot of stuff in here. And that's the reason why we need a bigger house. We can't downsize anything that's in here. All the books that you see in the background are books that we use on a regular basis. All the papers you see are important business and legal documents that we have to have. We run multiple businesses out of this location, and it's usually a beehive of activity. And it's just that when we're doing the show, there's no one in here because I kick them out. Okay. And we're looking to add more and more people. So there you go. Things are moving ahead. Things are happening, and we're very grateful for that. All right, guys, with that being said, I'm going to hop off here once again tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Freelance Friday. As always, it's one of our most popular things that we do, and we talk about anything and everything when it comes to Freelance Fridays. You never know what we're going to be talking about. As we close, please give us a thumbs up if you like what you hear and you understand the points we're making. I know some people have done that, and I'm very grateful for that recently, and I'm very thankful for all the comments and thumbs up, Nancy Bears and smiling ladies or whatever it is, all that is. Marie makes fun of me all the time because I don't know any of that social media stuff. And please like and comment on our various social media platforms, guys. Share, like. As you know, the algorithms love that. And when you guys do that, guess what? They're going to get our episodes out in front of more people. And that's one way that you can help spread this information to our fellow network marketers, right? Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting that little bell twice. That way you get notified when we go live and when we upload new content. All right, guys, with that being said, I'm going to hop off here. I've taken up enough of your time. God bless. Take care. Be safe. And let our fellow network marketers know about it each and every day that we go live. All right, you guys, take care. God bless. Let me take that thing off the screen. There we go. And don't forget tomorrow's episode, 11 a.m. Take care. God bless, guys. See you later.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, themlmsolution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.